I want to know, how did you persuade your parents to go to Nashville at such a young age?
Persistent begging.
Hassle them.
Worked pretty well. When I was 10, I saw this TV program about Faith Hill. And it said, you know, when Faith Hill was, 19 or so, she moved to Nashville, and that's how she got into country music. And so I had this epiphany when I was 10. I was like, I need to be in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's a magical dream world where dreams come true. Need to be there. And so that's when I started on my daily begging rant with my parents of, I need to go to Nashville. Please, please, please take me to Nashville. I need to go. And so eventually they took me on a trip there when I was 11.
And that was it, and you stayed. When did you actually move to Nashville?
When I was 13.
13?
Yeah, I moved when I was 13, and that's when I got signed. When I was 14, I got signed as a professional songwriter, so I had a job in Nashville then.
And did you go alone at 13 to Nashville?
No.
No?
My family is amazing, and they've always been so behind my dreams.
I was going to say, they're really supportive, aren't they? They sound like
They're
nice
awesome.
people. Yeah, take you off to Nashville.
Yeah.
And how did you feel when you first got to Nashville? You think, this is it?
Well, I felt like, for me, I've never felt like I was actually going to get there. I think when I was a little kid, I was so used to going to talent shows, and all the other kids would walk around and introduce themselves to you, and they'd be like, hi, I'm Shelby, I'm going to be famous. And I just never was like that. And so I didn't think that this was going to happen to me. I moved to Nashville, and I tried to work as hard as I could, and I spent all my time thinking about music and music only, but I never actually thought this was going to work.
And it did. Look how it went.
It's pretty crazy.
Were you always so focused and so committed about your career? Did you always know, right, that's it, I'm going to sing?
Well, when I was younger, I thought I was going to be a stockbroker, because that's what my dad does. But then I found what I love to do. And it's just, I feel so lucky to have found that at such a young age, because music has been what's fascinated me since I was a little kid.
Yeah. Joe, what I found remarkable, I read in the newspaper that you used to practice your guitar so much your fingers bled.
I did actually do that,
Lord.
which made me really popular at school. Going to school, and I've got like Band-Aids on every hand, and they're like, she's weird. But, I found something that I couldn't put down.
Yeah.
When I was 12 years old, that's when I started playing guitar, because a guy came over to fix my computer, and he had a guitar with him. And he was like, hey, want to learn guitar? And I was like, yeah.
And that was it, from that moment?
From that moment on, I learned 3 chords that night and wrote my first song.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I just think I'm going to skulk away now and sit in a corner. No, really. Look, we've got a clip here of you aged 12. Are you ready for this?
Oh.
Yeah. This is Taylor singing at age 12. First, if you would, please.
That star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Once again, Taylor Swift.
That's remarkable, Taylor.
Thank you.
Have you ever been nervous at all, Taylor? You don't strike me as
I was in that video.
You don't look it. You look like you haven't got a bother, doesn't she? I'll just give me the mic, I get up and I'll do that. Do you ever get nervous before you go on stage? Because you're working to huge crowds now, aren't you?
Sometimes I get nervous before I do like award show performances or things like that, but it's gotten so much better. The more you do it, the less you get nervous about it. And going on stage, like I'm on my headlining tour in the U.S. right now. And
I've seen your tour list. It's just endless.
it's so much fun, and you never get nervous before those shows because it's just a blast.
But it's all one nights here all over the States, isn't it? All over the place.
Yeah, it's a 55-city tour, so it's pretty extensive.
Have you got one of these fabulous sort of Winnebagos that you tour around in, one of these huge tour
We've got
buses?
tour buses.
Yeah. I hope you've got the chandelier. In all the good country, like Tammy Wynette, she had a chandelier, didn't she?
Yeah, I have a chandelier. It's not exactly hanging because I have these nightmares that, it'll fall off and
Fall
kill me.
off in your bed.
But it's a really nice bus. I bought it last year. It's like the one thing I bought.
Good for you. That's what I want to hear. A caravan with a chandelier. Where did you get the performing bug? Are any of your family performers?
Well, my grandparents on both my mom's and dad's sides were performers in that my dad's side, all of his parents, they wrote songs and played piano and stuff. And then my mom's mom was an opera singer. So my parents kind of grew up with music being shoved down their throats and kind of ran as far away from music as they could because their parents were so obsessed with it. And then I came along and
ruined their
they have to deal with it all over again.
Now, I've heard that this album, you're going to get a tattoo after the success of this album. Please tell me it's not true.
Well, you know, I said that when I put out my first album in the States when I was 16. And I was like, if my album sells 3 million copies, it's, you know, I'm going to get a tattoo on my foot. And then, because I didn't think that it was going to.
Yeah.
At all.
And it did.
Yeah, it did.
So did you get the tattoo?
Well, I was thinking about it because the album sold like 4 million copies, and I was like, well, thanks guys, by the way. And my dad was talking to me, and he was like, so I heard you're wanting to get a tattoo, and I was like, well, I'm thinking about it. And he goes, all right, you get a tattoo? I'll take it off for you with a belt sander. And I was like, note to self, not going to do that.
Don't get a tattoo.
Yeah.
I've got something for you that is much better than a tattoo, seriously. And I'll tell you what it is. Your album, Fearless, right, you ready for this, has been selling like hotcakes here in the UK. It's done more than well. And I'm extremely proud to present you with your first UK gold disc. There you go. I'm delighted. Absolutely. Congratulations. And it's well deserved.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. The lady herself, Taylor Swift. Come on.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Whoa. That's awesome. Thank you so much, you guys.
Oh, that's warmed me up, that.
Wow.